Hi guys, and welcome back to my kitchen. Pull up a chair. We're going to get started with this easy pie recipe. This will probably be one of the easiest pies you've ever made. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees and get your heat in a saucepan on like a medium low. This is a cup of sugar. I'm going to add a cup of whole milk, and I mean whole milk. Don't use a low fat or no fat, because it's going to have an effect on how your recipe comes out, and we want a good pie. So there's a cup of whole milk. This is a cup of heavy cream, which you know a half a pint is 1 cup. A pint is 2 cups. So we've got one cup of heavy cream. Now we got this on a low heat, and we're going to stir it till it melts. Well, I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of cornstarch. 1/4 of a cup. Get that in there. And this is one of those recipes where you just keep stirring it until it thickens, and if you don't stir often enough, you're going to, some of it's going to burn on the bottom, which is not a good thing, and you'll have little black specks in your pie. This is a chocolate cream pie. Now, I've seen this made in a pastry shell, but I'm not going to use a pastry shell today. I'm going to use, let me just get the thing off of it. This is just a chocolate cookie 9-inch graham cracker shell. That's what I'm using. So we're going to keep stirring this until it starts to thicken. And when we get to that point, we'll be back. Well, this is starting to thicken up, and I'm going to show you. See where it's got parts of it that have thickened? But you're going to keep stirring because it's not thick enough. And I didn't want you to miss how thick it needs to be. So that's why I cut the camera on before it got thick. And the ingredients, don't skimp on them. Heavy cream, use heavy cream. Whole milk, use whole milk. You are not going to get a good tasting pie if you stray from that. Now you see this? It's getting thicker now. And this is going to take probably 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how high of a medium you've got. If you've got a low medium, it's going to take longer. But if you've got a medium heat, you've got to really be careful that that you're stirring constantly, because you don't want any brown spots in this. See, it's thickening now, but it's not quite thick enough. Not quite thick enough yet. It's getting there. Remember to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And if you want to use, excuse me, a flour made pie crust, you go ahead, because it'll be wonderful. Alright, this is pretty darn thick. I'm going to cut my heat off right now. But I'm not quite sure I've got it quite thick enough. I'm going to stir it just another time or two. It'll almost be a simmer, a boil, just a light boil. Alright, I'm going to take it off the heat. I'll get you over here and move out a little bit. Now, you see that? Now I'm going to add, and y'all don't faint, this is a good pie, 1 stick of butter. And this is a king size chocolate bar. I used milk chocolate. If you'd rather have a semi-sweet, you go ahead and add it. But right now, this is what we're stirring in, is the chocolate bar and the butter. And we're going to stir it until they both melt. Of course, the chocolate's going to melt faster than the butter. Get that thing a-going in there. This is the candy bar I used. And I use king size because I like chocolate. If you want to use a regular size, you know, you can. Well, I thought that butter was melted, but it's not. I should have left it out longer. But it's getting there. Let me get my pie plate down. And I set it right there. Now, this pie did not call for any extracts. So, don't think I left it out. It just doesn't go in here. Alright. This pot I'm using is about 60 years old. It was my mother's. I've scrubbed the bottom, but I don't have the right kind of scrubber, I guess, because I didn't get it all clean. Alright, now I'm just pouring this in. And I'm going to put this in the oven at 350 about 30 minutes. And before I bring y'all back, I'm going to let it cool because I want to be able to cut it and, of course, Sam to taste it. So, we'll be back then. Alright, it's been a few hours. Our pie is out of the oven. And it took 30 minutes. And, Sam's right here, of course. Yeah, see, he's all revved up for this chocolate pie. So I'm going to hopefully get through this to give him a decent size. He complains if it's too small. It sure looks good. Let's get under here. There it is, guys. Let me give you a nice close-up on that. Does that not look scrumptious? Alright, I'm going to set it over here on a plate. You can see it came out really good. Going to put a little whipped cream on it.
Good.
How much do you want?
That's good. I guess I need a fork, don't
I got it. Here's his little piece of pie. And he's going to tell us what he thinks. Here you go, Sammy.
Can you cook this in 30 minutes?
Yeah, I did. 30 minutes is what it took.
That's it. Rich, creamy, very chocolatey.
Make a good holiday pie, wouldn't it?
To cook that good a pie in that short a time, that's, yeah, I guess it's fairly easy to make, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a simple pie.
Well,
It'd be great to have through the holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Valentine's.
Well, it's simply delicious, and if you like chocolates, you'll love this. I just don't see that could be any better.
Well, that's good to know, Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
Got any other news for us?
No, it's just simply delicious, and it's got the crust on it's great. Everything about it's great. It's delicious pie.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in today and sharing part of your day with me. I always appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you like this recipe, and subscribe if you haven't. It only takes a few seconds. So until next time, you take care and God bless.